The creator of Ironheart, or I should say co-creator of Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, has joined a chorus of other comic book writers and artists who are accusing Marvel Comics and Disney at large of not fulfilling their promises when it comes to residuals and other forms of payment.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast and consider becoming a channel member. Ironheart is a TV show no one wanted, much less introduced in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. No one wanted to see Riri Williams recreated on the big screen. Her character was a massive flop when she premiered in the pages of Iron Man and was part of that whole Marvel Now where they wanted to get rid of a lot of their legacy characters and replace them with more diverse types of characters, I guess. But in the end, this was a huge failure. Kamala Khan has not gained the notoriety that she once had. Neither has Kate Bishop, nor has Riri Williams. Miles Morales has kind of lost all the goodwill that was given to him from the first Spider-Man video game, as well as Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And that's all evaporated. Not to mention the total retconning they did of the original Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. Marvel hasn't really learned this, and Kevin Feige really pushed for these characters to be put on the big screen or at least on Disney Plus. Kevin Feige, up until recently, was sort of a proponent of mixing in the DEI and ESG nonsense into not just Marvel Studios, but Disney as well. Even with the backtracking they did for the Thunderbolts, as well as reshooting scenes in Daredevil Born Again, it just has not helped win people totally back to the brand. However, another aspect of the Ironheart saga is one of the co-creators of the characters is standing up and saying, hey, Marvel and Disney aren't really paying me. They're not even giving me any sort of accolades for the creation of the character. Not that he deserves any for the creation of the character, but an artist and co-creator of a character should get their due. So this is according to Bounding Into Comics. Forgive me if I'm looking off to the side. I have to look off to read this. So hang on. Ahead of the upcoming premiere of the Characters Disney Plus series, the character being Ironheart, veteran artist and Ironheart co-creator Mike Deodato Jr. has added his voice to the growing chorus of comic book creators who have found themselves fed up with Marvel Studios refusing to properly compensate the writers and artists whose works helped establish the MCU as a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. The former Marvel Comics artist, who prior to his 2019 decision to break from the publisher in order to pursue his own projects, penciled the New Avengers era of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, Norman Osborn's time and control of the titular team in Thunderbolts Volume 1, and Riri Williams' official debut in the Brian Michael Bendis penned Invincible Iron Man Volume 3, took aim at the Disney subsidiary's corporate greed on May 13th, the day before the official debut of Ironheart's first trailer. Taking to his various social media accounts with his thoughts, Deodato Jr. shared a Disney Plus hosted teaser of said trailer and began, as a comic book artist, there are few feelings more satisfying than seeing a character you helped create come to life on the big screen. Tomorrow, the trailer for Ironheart drops, and I'm thrilled to share a scene from the preview featuring a moment I originally brought to life on the comics page he added, referring to the scene where in the title heroine stops a truck dead in its tracks by smashing its hood in, which he originally depicted in Invincible Iron Man Volume 3, number 11. Riri Williams, a character I co-created with the amazing Brian Michael Bendis, is finally taking flight, and the result is stunning. It's a powerful reminder of the magic that happens when imagination meets real-world production. However, that was where his praise ended. As from there, Deodato Jr. admitted, but as much as I celebrate this moment, there's a bitter edge to it. You see, while Marvel has built an empire worth billions on the backs of its creators, the compensation model hasn't kept pace with the success. I'm in a good place, one of the best paid creators in the industry, and I truly appreciate that, said the artist. But it's not about me, it's about the principle. When a character you poured your heart into helps fuel the engine of a multi-billion-dollar machine, a small share of that success feels only fair. Creators don't ask for billions or even millions, he continued, just a nod, a bit of recognition, and a share that reflects the contributions they've made. It's not just good ethics, it's good business. Happy creators stay invested, inspired, and loyal. But when the business side doesn't match the creative investment, creators naturally drift toward projects where they retain control, where their work can lead to lasting financial security. That's why more and more of us are focusing on creator owned projects where we can truly share in the success of our creations. Drawing his thoughts to a close, Deodato Jr. asserted, "I'm not bitter, just realistic. I'm proud to see Riri come to life, and I'll always appreciate the fans who make that possible. But I hope one day the companies that thrive on our imaginations will truly recognize the value we bring to the table." Marvel, you can do better, he concluded, and I genuinely hope you will for the sake of creators we love and the creators who bring them to life. And he's absolutely right. Now, like I said, I don't see Riri Williams as an original character. She's clearly a knockoff of Iron Man, meant to promote diversity into comic books, where comic books were already diverse. You can't tell me that that wasn't the case. And with that in mind, I do think that Riri Williams was just a knockoff. She was just a boring copycat of Iron Man. And there's even rumors that Marvel Studios, now I don't know if Deodato was involved in this, but there are rumors that Marvel Studios got the idea for Ironheart from a Japanese adult movie that featured a parody of Iron Man, which was also called Ironheart, but it was, let's just say, it would better serve to be played on Skinamax than on Disney Plus. Keeping that in mind, I agree with him on principle, though. He is correct. Marvel and DC Comics, it's not just a Marvel problem. They have long mistreated their creators. Look what happened to Bill Finger, co-creator of Batman, or both of the creators of Superman, the creator of Black Lightning. A ton of creators for DC and Marvel have just been treated abhorrently. Think about what's happening to Rob Liefeld even more recently. Now, back to the main point. Yes, Marvel and DC are horrible in how they treat their creators, and they should be held to account for that. Between Bendis and Deodato, I do hope that they do reform, let's say, the process by which they get compensated for the creation of these shows. Personally, I am glad that there is this sort of growth of indie comics, this growth of people who are just focusing on their own projects that need to be out there, whether they do it by crowdfunding or pre-ordering, or they just put it out there to sell, whatever the case may be. I hope that they continue to do that and they continue to have success. Places like Rising Star Comics, the Rippaverse, Iconic Comics, Rebel Oasis Comics, they are using these models very well, and I hope that as those creators continue, they will have more success. But I do hope that Deodato gets a bigger cut of the Ironheart pie, because he certainly deserves it. Like I said, I don't like Ironheart. I think she's a poor caricature of Iron Man, and even worse, after she came along, Rhodey's niece, who was kind of being, let's say, trained to be a member of the New Avengers, she just vanished after Riri Williams came along. And that is something that I missed, that more original character that was connected to Rhodey and, by extension, Tony. But I do hope Bendis and Deodato that they do get their just due for the creation of Riri Williams. They do deserve it on that level. If you liked that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment to what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. If you would like to support the channel, head on over to my website, studiojakemedia.substack.com. You can read most of my articles there for free, or you can sign up for a subscription. I have different tiers there, and that really helps, so thank you in advance. There's a section on my website called Buy My Books where you can also purchase the novels that I've written. If you would like to learn more about my books, you can head to studiojakemedia.locals.com, where I write articles about the writing process as well as publish my poems and short stories. I hope you check it out. I really think you will enjoy them. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.